Jeffrey Lionel Dahmer, born on May 21, 1960, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, would go on to become one of the most infamous serial killers in American history. His early life was marked by emotional neglect, his parents' tumultuous marriage, and an eerie fascination with death. From a young age, Dahmer displayed disturbing behavior, collecting roadkill, dissecting animals, and preserving bones in jars. He grew into a shy, socially withdrawn teenager who struggled with his sexuality and dark fantasies of control and dominance. At 18, Dahmer committed his first murder in 1978, luring a hitchhiker named Stephen Hicks into his home and killing him when Hicks tried to leave. He buried the remains and avoided detection for almost a decade. After a long period of relative quiet, he resumed killing in 1987, and from that point, the murders became increasingly frequent and gruesome. Dahmer's victims were often vulnerable young men, many of them from marginalized communities. He would lure them with offers of money or companionship, then drug, strangle, and mutilate them. His crimes included acts of necrophilia, cannibalism, and bizarre attempts to create zombies by injecting acid or boiling water into the brains of living victims. Dahmer's Milwaukee apartment became a horror scene filled with human remains, skulls, severed heads, internal organs in the fridge, and a barrel full of decomposing torsos. He documented many of his murders with Polaroid photos, creating a morbid gallery of his actions. Despite strange odors and multiple complaints from neighbors, he continued his crimes without suspicion from authorities. In one particularly tragic incident, police actually returned a drugged 14-year-old boy, Connor Accenthosumphone, to Dahmer after mistaking the situation for a lover's quarrel. The boy was later killed. Dahmer's horrific spree ended on July 22, 1991, when Tracy Edwards escaped from his apartment and flagged down police. The officers discovered the full extent of Dahmer's crimes, photos, body parts, and a chilling murder log. Dahmer confessed immediately and in full detail, revealing the calculated nature of his killings and a deep psychological void he was trying to fill. Though his defense team argued insanity, the court found him legally sane and guilty of 15 murders, sentencing him to 15 consecutive life terms. In prison, Dahmer reportedly found religion and expressed remorse, but his infamy followed him behind bars. On November 28, 1994, he was murdered by fellow inmate Christopher Scarver, who also killed another prisoner that same morning. Some viewed Dahmer's death as justice served. Others believed he should have lived to answer further for his crimes. Dahmer's story has left a lasting scar on American culture. His crimes exposed deep flaws in law enforcement's handling of missing persons, particularly those from minority groups. It also forced the public to confront uncomfortable truths about mental illness, societal neglect, and the reality that monsters can often blend into everyday life. To this day, his life and crimes continue to fascinate and disturb, serving as a grim reminder of how darkness can thrive unnoticed for years, hidden behind a quiet face and an open door.